Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell.
Oh, yeah.
100.
You're happening. That's what's happening.
I didn't say what's happening. I said 100.
Oh, 100. Yeah, that's right.
100.
It's 100 episodes.
This is our 100th episode.
And I just can't believe that we made it this far, and I can't believe you guys are still listening.
You are listening to the sounds of Skip Bedell
and Allison Bedell right here on the Hammer and Nails podcast. Thanks for coming back, everybody.
Here's where I insert applause.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You guys are too kind.
I know. Everybody's so nice.
Insertion. I showed you a little bit about that earlier.
Yeah. You know,
You just got that?
I know. Often I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you, and then I process afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
I do that a lot.
A blonde moment there for a second.
Yeah, totally. You know, when we were just saying about the 100th episode, I was thinking about our conversation earlier that we had. Skip is trying to convince me to do a video podcast.
Well, it's not that I'm trying to convince you. We have people that want to do different things with the show, and I think that if we do video versions, it'll open up some different possibilities. People can see what we're doing. We can demonstrate some stuff, and it might be a nice change.
I don't know. Skip has a friend, or not a friend, what'd you call him? A colleague, an acquaintance, whatever. A guy
Business
who owns
associate?
he owns a production studio company, and he is the guy who made the commercial that Skip was in for Nicolak Paving Stones, and that was right before Skip and I met, and so we became reacquainted. And he is trying to get Skip to expand his horizons. And
Well, yeah, he does a lot of radio shows and a lot of other shows like this, like podcasts, but, video versions on YouTube channels and all sorts of, everything is like digital channels now. They're like whole digital networks that we've never even heard of, So, I think it would open up some different possibilities and could be fun.
Yeah, well, his studio is about 20 minutes away. I'd say that's conservative. About 20 minutes away.
Yeah, it's no more than that.
Huh?
It's no more than
Well,
that.
it depends on the traffic, but I do have a little bit of a lead foot, so that would
It's like 8 minutes for you.
I was going to say that would get us there a minute sooner. But I am not one of those people that can be relied upon to go someplace like once a week, twice a week, whatever. You're trying to tell me we're going to do 2 episodes in one day.
We record audio twice a week, right? So what's the difference?
But I don't want to commit to going someplace like that far from home. After I'm working a long work day, stop it. After I'm doing a long work day and then I get home and I'm pooped and I want to chill out, or even on our days off, it's beautiful out now. It's the spring, summer. That's not...
You're doing a lot of whining over there, man.
Fuck you.
Really?
I joined a softball team back in 2000 and I think 2 or 3 when I first...
That's just because you wanted to play with the girls.
Well, yeah, when I first came out and I made a whole bunch of dykey softball playing friends and I joined the softball team.
What else do they like to do, like roller derby?
I've never done that, but I've always been a good softball player
Rugby.
to begin with. You're an ass. I'm a really good softball player. Anyway, my dad played ball with me as long as I can remember, on our father-daughter weekends from divorced parents. And so I joined the team, and I think I might have gone 2 or 3 times at the most till I fucking dropped out because I can't commit to going someplace every single week. Sometimes I don't feel like it, Sometimes I had a bad day, or sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes there's something else I want to do.
Well, listen, we record audio twice a week.
But it's still it's easier because we're not driving any place like far away.
Okay.
So,
well, anyway, let's take a poll then. For those of you that listen to our podcast, listening right now, and if you're hearing us talk about this, if you guys would like to see a video kind of like an in-studio, almost like a little mini television show,
video podcast
version of this. Yeah, but it's in a studio setting, and we can do interviews there. We can Skype. We can do all kinds of things. They have green screen. They do everything there. So if you guys would like to see something like that, give us your opinion on Facebook or Twitter or whatever.
I see how many listeners are downloading our episodes, and when I look at that number compared to how many people that listen actually communicate with us online, it's a huge drastic difference. There's like a lot of people listen, but like a little teeny tiny little fraction of them are interactive with us online. Right. So we'll get a very small percentage, and I don't think a very accurate assessment of how many people would actually be interested in that. All right, we'll tell you what.
If we only get a small percentage of people, let's say whatever the number is,
5.
We'll average out
I'm
of those.
I'm going to guess 5 people.
We'll average out of those people how many yays, how many nays. We'll let you guys decide. You want to see a video version of this? Okay.
All right, whatever. I think, well, it doesn't matter what you say anyway, because I'm still not going to
also,
go.
Also like that whole studio setup that we would have there would be great, because it would be our set, the same set every week, made for us exactly how we want it, and we can do interviews there, and we can have guests and stuff, and you guys might get to hear, because we've been wanting to do a lot of different interviews, and we have them set up, but they're all going to be like Skype or phone call or something like that. So it might be fun to have people come in person too. So there you go. Right. Think it over, everybody, and let us know.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
So super stoked that it's 100 episodes. That means we're about 50 weeks in, 2 weeks away from 1 year premiere of the podcast.
Yeah, man, that went fast, right?
Yeah, it went really fucking fast.
Oh, my God.
Although we've been recording for since we started over a year and a half ago, because we started recording way before it actually premiered on air.
Right.
And we've
back when we were filming third season of Catch a Contractor.
Yeah, we've had a lot of changes since we started. Let's recap the year.
Recap.
Yeah,
is this like a 100-episode recap?
It's a recap of what we've been doing since we started recording. When we started recording, we were doing it with Joe in the studio.
Right.
That's another thing. That's another reason.
We still do occasionally.
Well, yeah,
we haven't done that in a while.
It's difficult to coordinate with somebody else.
Well, yeah, his schedule is crazy too, because he's playing with multiple bands, and he's traveling all over the country.
Right. So it'll be like he's not available when we are, or vice versa, and so it's it doesn't always work out that we can get our schedules to match. So that is kind of a hindrance.
Yeah, I kind of miss recording with Joe.
I do too.
Yeah, I like recording with Joe.
Yeah, me too. It's a nice change, and he's really funny. And at the time when we first started recording, we had been doing a summary of every Catch a Contractor episode.
Oh, yeah.
We started with episode 1.
That didn't go over too well.
And that was supposed to be like a segment on all of our episodes. And when we did that, we reviewed, we talked about each episode and funny stuff that happened while we were filming it, or what the episode was about, or anything that we remembered about it that was noteworthy. And
because there's only so much time on a TV episode, so a lot happens. Both on and
we're recording over a week or more,
and off the camera. Right?
Yeah.
That's funny, or just stuff that whatever, behind the scenes stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But the network wasn't really crazy.
Yeah,
about
they were
that
real
idea.
dicks about
because
that.
The nature of our show is very you see what it is. I mean, there's no scripts there, so there's a lot of surveillance or a lot of undercover stuff going on. There's a lot of incognito, and you guys are wearing disguises and all that kind of stuff. I think they didn't really want to give away any trade secrets.
Well, that's because they thought that we were retarded and would give away trade secrets.
Yeah, but you know as well as I do that every episode that we do gets harder and harder to find these guys, because they're kind of catching on to some of our tricks.
You're such a fucking brown nose. You always take the opposite view.
I'm not brown
nose defending
I'm just
them.
saying what it is.
They were assholes, and you think so just as much as I do.
I'm not defending them at all. I think that they should have allowed us to do it, but I understand the reason behind it. Doesn't mean that I like it, but that's what it is.
The reason behind understand the reason.
Well, whatever.
So fucking stupid.
We wanted to give you guys a behind the scene,
and we did. We recorded
a lot of them.
And then not only that though, we sent them a sample of the first 3 episodes, I think, so they can hear what it was we were going to do. And Adam's manager, August, thought that they would actually even be really into it and want to put it on their website, and maybe even kicking some funds towards it. And we sent it to them, no answer. We're like, all right, well, I guess they're not interested. So we recorded everything. We talked about every episode. Each episode of our podcast, we talked about the next episode, starting with season 1. And then right before we went to air, we're like, hey, this is what we did again. So, here it is. So you can listen to it. We're just doing something nice so you can know what's going on. And like the day before we're supposed to go live on air.
You're like, oh no.
Oh, they fucking went ape shit bananas and had their fucking attorneys contact our agent. And they were like huge fucking dicks about it. They said to Adam that they don't even want us to do a podcast. And he was like, no, they're going to do a podcast. And, he was like, you can't tell them they can't do a podcast, Right. So they tried to pull that shit. So then, to be nice, we didn't have to, but we did, or I did, took out every fucking piece of anything that related to Catch a Contractor from each episode. And I put we did that topper at the beginning of each episode where we were like, if it sounds like some things are chopped out, it's because the asshole attorneys at the at the network.
The first dozen episodes or so, right?
So we put a topper, which is like a little minute little speech that you give before the episode starts, and we said, if it sounds like it's chopped up, it's because we had to take some stuff out of it because the asshole attorneys at the network, made us take some stuff out. And then once they heard that, they didn't like that either. Like, you gotta change that.
You got another phone call.
Yeah, you got another phone call. We were in trouble.
Like in the principal's office.
Yeah, we were in the principal's office again. So then we changed it, and it said something like, if it sounds like we chopped something out, it's because, the podcast was way too long. That's a lie, people. It's because Spike was being huge assholes.
Well, at any rate, here we are. We're doing our thing, and we just changed it up a little bit. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I guess you are because you keep coming back.
You always, you're like concluding what I'm talking about. I'm still not even close to finish.
Oh, there was more?
You're like,
do tell.
I'm
Go
still
on.
talking.
Oh, go for it.
So anyway, we took out all of the pieces from Catch a Contractor. Now, I don't know if I still have them because at the time Gary had edited them out.
Gary.
That's from the Stern Show. I'm talking about Gary Haftard.
Oh, Gary Haftard.
And so I had given him the time codes to take out those little segments, and he did, but I don't know if we ever saved a copy of it. It's very confusing. I don't know. Because I wanted to get all those pieces that we took out, compile them, and then actually air it.
We have them.
I don't know, because I'm the one who's got all the files.
Yeah, I'm sure that Joe actually has them, because we recorded all of those first early ones in the studio with Joe.
Yeah. I wonder if he does still have them. I don't know if he deleted them or not. I don't know, but I would like to.
He probably does. They're like the lost files.
Yeah, they are lost, actually. So if I find them, if I have the time to fucking do that, I have to make the fucking movie, like the videos from all this stuff we're doing in the house.
Oh, my God. We got so much stuff going on. It's like, when are you going to even have time to do that? We are like, as you guys know, with crazy project going on here with construction. We're filming stuff all the time for this thing. We're making like a kind of like a little mini documentary of this project and every phase of that. For all the people that are sponsoring it, they're all getting their own video and kind of plugs and stuff on their products. And yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's
and
a lot.
I'm
busy.
By the way, there's like constant stuff going on with like Fox. Like did another Fox and Friends segment today.
Yeah.
Right.
Father's
Dad's Day.
Yeah. The Father's Day segment. I put it on our website, by the way. You can see the video, the clip that he did on the Fox and Friends today, and also the links to all the products he talked about.
Yeah, it was good.
And I also have a page that I put on there of awesome Father's Day gift ideas that I came up with links to stuff, because they do deliver on Sundays. And if you guys got Amazon Prime, you get 2-day delivery. But I'm a good gift giver. I think of good gift ideas.
Good, because I'm expecting something really good on Sunday.
I didn't get you shit, actually.
What the hell kind of good gift giver are you?
I didn't get anything. I didn't even get anything for my dad yet.
You just remember.
Yeah,
Who's
we're
your
going to have to
daddy?
run out and look at the list that I wrote and get him something on it.
Who's your daddy? I am.
I'm not even going to go there.
Don't forget that on Sunday.
I'm not even going there.
Don't make me give you a spanking.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, we got to go shopping. So Skip did this segment today on Fox and Friends, and it was a little bit different than the others.
Yeah, it was a lot different. If you guys have seen any of these things that I do, I've done quite a lot of them, and they're always fun. I always talk about stuff that I like, and they kind of give me free reign to kind of bring up anything that I want to promote or talk about or whatever. So it's always products that I think you guys are going to love, and stuff that I know that I love that maybe could be helpful for you. So this, just like all the rest, it was going to be something for Father's Day. It's like a gift idea thing. So I wanted to show you some really cool tools and like new technology and like just fun stuff you can get for Dad and last minute gift ideas. So if you've watched my segments, you know I cram a lot of stuff into like 3 to 5 minutes. I try to put as many items as I can in there. It's a lot of information. They always, they're always kind of rushing me. There's always a time limit, and it's like, they're always kind of looking at me like, all right, speed it up. And today, Deucey actually was like, 30 seconds left, 30 seconds. And I'm like, really, dude? After like all these things I've done with you guys.
After all I've done for you.
No one ever said that.
After all we've been through
I never
together.
get the countdown. Usually they just let me finish or whatever. But I know there's a lot going on.
You were lingering by that Milwaukee stuff. That's what it was.
I was lingering, I think, because I got thrown off track a little bit. Oh, let me tell you why I was thrown off track. I was a little distracted today. I'll tell you why. Again, there was a ton of shit on this segment. All kinds of tools and toolboxes and rolling benches and barbecue and a giant John Deere ride-on mowing tractor. All of this stuff I was setting up outside, and the whole thing was to go through the tools and go through the storage boxes and then go to the grill, and I was going to do like the grand finale with this big old John Deere tractor, which I was going to have one of the hosts get on this thing. I was going to fire it up and
right
have
off into the sunset.
Yeah, right off set, and kind of like, right off into the sunset. Just be fun, So I had the whole thing planned out how I want to do it. I get there. Now, we get there early. I have all this stuff delivered. Home Depot.
We left the house at 4:30 a.m.
Yeah, Home Depot's awesome because they always have all my stuff delivered over to the set in the city, right in front of the Fox building. Because as you know, if you watch them, I do them outside on the sidewalk where there's a lot of room to set up all this stuff that I do. So we get there. Sure enough, the courier truck rolls up with this giant box truck, and out comes all the stuff. We set it all up. It takes me a good long while to set all that stuff up because I have to kind of put it all the way I'm going to.
Some of it has to be put together.
Yeah, some of it has to be assembled. And, I kind of set it up as I'm going to talk about it, usually from left to right, right? Finish just like you kind of read a book. It works the same way when you're watching it on the screen. I start on that side and I work to the right. So I get everything set up. I get the tractor in place, and then I go to start the tractor because I gave them specific instructions. Make sure there's gas in it. Make sure it's ready to go. Because when you buy something like that from the store, many times there's no gas, there's no oil in the motor, none of the battery's not set up, nothing, right? Sometimes you have to charge the battery, everything. So I'm thinking I'm going to turn the key and the thing's going to start. Nothing. And I'm like, oh shit, this isn't good. So now I'm getting a little nervous, and then I feel on my face a drop of water. And I'm like, what was that? I had no idea it was going to rain. All right, so I'm like, what the hell was it? Now, it looked a little cloudy, right? But it's been beautiful here all week. Yeah. The weather's been like perfect every single day. So it figures the day that I'm going to do this segment that I've been planning for weeks, I feel another drop and another drop. So now I'm like, I'm not really paying too much attention to it. I'm like, all right, it'll pass. I lift the hood to the tractor, and here is the battery with no wires connected to it. Nothing is connected. It's like fresh off the assembly line. And I'm like, are you guys fucking kidding me?
Motherfucker.
So now, thank God I brought a bunch of tools because I was doing a tool segment. So I busted out some tools, and I start connecting all the wires to the battery. And as I do that, it starts raining. And it's getting a little harder and a little harder. And by the time I got the first battery terminal bolt on,
the water was pouring off of his head like he was in the shower.
It was like somebody was dumping buckets of water on me. I was completely saturated. I mean, like my underwear was, my socks, everything was. It was like every inch of my body was completely underwater. I'm like, in just in a matter of 2 minutes, it just came down like in sheets.
Yeah, and all the stuff that you
now
had
I got
for the
all
segment.
these toolboxes. I got all this like thousands of dollars worth of shit out there, right?
Yeah.
Tools and toolboxes and barbecue, the tractor, and I'm like panicking. What the hell am I going to do? So they had a couple of tarps over to the side off camera area to where I guess they had them set up just in case they had to cover the camera equipment or whatever.
Because it was they had also another it was the PGA. Whatever.
Yeah, it was the PGA Tour,
the Open, U.S. Open or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they had the whole place set up like a golf putting green or whatever.
Yeah. So they had like a little. They had stuff out there already for that set, so they dragged some of it over to your stuff.
Yeah, no, I dragged it over and I covered everything up real quick.
I wouldn't know because I was inside safe and dry.
So now I'm like, all right, hopefully this shit's going to pass. Let me cover it up. I still got about an hour or so until I'm going to be on camera. I can still do this. I can still pull it off.
I felt one drop. I was like, see ya.
Yeah, thanks a lot for abandoning me. She's in the green room having a toasty cup of coffee with fucking Bill O'Reilly. And I'm like, really?
I brought Milo with me, and he was
She's
a good
hanging in
boy.
there talking to the O'Reilly factor. And I'm like, all right, so I'm out there. I'm doing my thing. I'm getting soaking wet. So now I'm like, well, I still got to get this thing running. All right, so let me focus on that. So now I'm under like a little 10 by 10, one of those little portable tent things that they kind of carried out over me. It only covered a fraction of my display. I wheeled the tractor up underneath that thing, so I'm already.
And you're giving me this like visual with your arms. You're talking with your hands. Your triceps look good hanging down there. Yeah, but oh God, you got a good double bicep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Wow, like that, huh?
Yeah. Continue.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll let you have some of that later.
I'm gonna take some of that.
Yeah, we should actually put pause on right now.
No, I gotta get
Hit
done with
pause.
this. I gotta go to work in the morning.
All right, so here I am trying to wire up this battery, and all of a sudden it occurred to me, I'm standing in a puddle of water, I'm soaking wet, everything around me is wet, and I have my hands on the terminals of the battery, and I'm like, this is probably not going to go well. I'm like, I'm going to get fucking blasted in a second. Now, it's not like you're going to get electrocuted to death from that, but you're going to get a really, really good shock. The 12-volt battery, like a car battery, and I'm sure you've all seen, like in movies, where people are getting tortured with car batteries.
Right, they pour water on them.
Yeah, so that's basically going to be me any minute now. So I'm like, all right, this isn't going to end well. The clock is ticking down. It's starting to rain harder and harder and harder. Finally, I get the thing bolted on. I didn't get shocked. Didn't get electrocuted. I get on it. It starts. I'm like, yes. All right, one down. At least, like, all right, I got it running. Everything else is set up. If it just stops raining, I'm good. But it didn't. It kept coming, and it kept coming harder and harder. Finally, one of the producers come out, and they're like, dude, what are we going to do, man? Like, I'm like, I don't know. They're like, well, can we do it inside? And I'm like, it's a lot of shit. Like, where do you want me to set all this up? I mean, I take up like 50 feet of courtyard out there on the plaza. So she's like, well, let's try to get it inside. So a bunch of cameramen come out, lighting guys, everybody who was available came out, and we're all, thank God everything was on wheels. The tractor's on wheels.
Yeah.
All these big rolling toolboxes are on wheels. So we piled all the loose stuff on top of everything that was on wheels. And we made a couple of trips, and we rolled the entire sopping wet
I couldn't believe that
mess.
I saw the tractor rolling down the hallway of the Fox
Yeah,
studio.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We're in the middle of the Fox News building and rolling a John Deere tractor down the fucking
Yeah.
That was great. Only me, right? And toolboxes and everything.
Yeah.
Everything's soaking wet, including me.
Oh, yeah, so we had to get towels.
I'm
took
soaked.
every available fucking towel and
So
paper
now-
towels.
I roll all this shit in there. Everybody's got paper towels. Everybody's got towels. They're drying everything. It's like a frantic mess. Meanwhile, in a minute, there's going to be a commercial break in the studio where they have the couch and like the regular Fox and Friends setup that you watch every morning, where they all sit around by the table and the couch, whatever. And I'm going to cram in that same studio, which is maybe a fifth of the size that I normally work with outside. So we got to roll all this shit down this narrow hallway that's maybe 100 feet long to the other end of the building to get to this studio. So you had a seat. It was kind of like a caravan of camera
And plus,
people.
because when you get it into the studio where they are with that couch and you're on the other side of the room, is all the cameras and their wires draped across the floor everywhere.
that room was not designed to have all this
like
crazy.
a fucking tractor rolling
Yeah,
over.
no, it is not designed for that at all. Not to mention the floor is like a polished, super shiny floor. So when we rolled that tractor across it, like wet tires sound, right?
Yeah, and meanwhile, they're about to start rolling, and you have to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, so now you're hearing the producer off set, and all the Fox and Friends hosts are on the couch, and they're like, all right, 10, 9, coming back in 5, 4. And I'm like,
I know. Skip is like, he's not subtle.
I'm rolling the
all.
fucking tractor, tools are falling off the thing, clanking on the ground, and I'm like, oh shit. So it was like 3, 2, 1.
You're
and
a bull in a china shop.
I went silent, and then it was me pushing the John Deere tractor on my tippy toes. I was like, I still got another 50 feet to go, and I'm fucking soaking wet, man. Every footstep, I'm leaving a puddle.
Yeah, and like a squeak.
And there's wires everywhere for all the camera guys, and they're all looking at me like, dude, what are you doing?
And then when it came
I don't
time-
even know what I was doing. I'm surprised they even let me bring all that shit in there.
When it came time for you to do the teaser, which is like that little 10-second thing where they put the camera on you and show who's coming up next.
Right.
You were not paying attention. and I'm like, Skip.
That's because Deucey's always distracting me. He's like, hey, I'm thinking about getting a tile saw. I want to tile my shower. He's like, what kind of saw should I get? And I'm like, dude, and all of a sudden the camera's right in my face.
And you're walking away, putting something away.
But like he's in there all day, every day. You would think he knows the teaser's coming up right now, and he said
to you, you should know.
Hello, he's got the earpiece in with the studio in the control room, right? They're talking to him in his ear. You would think he'd be like, all right, we got to do that. Because he's in the teaser with me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all of a sudden.
And you're walking away when it started.
So I'm so off right now. I'm so distracted. I'm so disheveled. I'm soaking wet. All of the shit that I had completely set up and ready to display. And if you watch my segments, again, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of setup that goes into this. Now, everything has been broken down.
Thank God we had a spare shirt. Well, we brought your on-camera shirt.
I always bring like a couple of spare different wardrobe changes just in case. You never know. This is live TV. So if you spill a cup of coffee on yourself or something, whatever, you're done, right?
It's got a brand new Affliction shirt.
Yeah, they're awesome. Love Affliction clothing. They're always sending me great stuff. So I love their stuff.
That's a nice one that you wore today.
If you guys don't know about Affliction, or if you haven't ever had a chance to put any on or try it, check it out. Go onto their website because they really have some awesome clothing. They fit good. They're made really well. Super good quality clothes. These are like clothes. They're some of this stuff is a little bit pricey, but it's like it
you get what you pay for.
It lasts forever.
Yeah, it does
it's like you can't wear this stuff out.
Yeah.
Anyway. So now here I am. So once I do the teaser, that means it's about 5 minutes until you're going to be on air. And let me remind you all, this is live. There's no delay. There's no what we record is what you see. It happens live. So if you mess up, that's what you're going to see. There's no editing. That's it. So I'm still not set up. I'm still wet. I'm like, oh shit. Now the guy's coming over to me. He's going to clip the mic onto me. I'm still in wet clothes. I run real quick. I rip my shirt off. Thank God I had the snap buttons because it went. I just ripped it off like a stripper uniform, like stripper pants. But I ripped open my shirt. I put on my other dry shirt. Thank God my pants are still soaking wet. My feet are sloshing in my boots. My socks are wet. Everything's wet. Kind of slick my hair back, and I'm like, all right. I run back in the studio. Set everything up real quick. The guy comes over. I'm literally out of breath. He pins the microphone in my shirt, and they're like, 5, 4, and I'm like, fuck. And Deucey starts talking to me again about some other, like he always does that. We're about to go on. He's like, so, what do you think I should do? I'm trying to do this project in my house. Like, what would be the best tool for this? And I'm like,
and also that girl, Ainsley, was also asking you, which one of these, what do you think would be the best gift to give my husband for Father's Day? Who's like, so he wants to be a DIY, but he doesn't know how to do anything. So and they're both asking you questions.
So I'm trying to I'm trying to mentally prepare for what I have to do. It's a lot that goes into this, man. It's a lot of focus, and you got to really know what the hell you're talking about, and you got to do it in the right timing, and it's kind of a science to it. You can't go too fast, but you go too slow, you won't get it all in.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So here I am. The thing is like counting down 3, 2, 1, boom, you're on. They intro me. I start doing my thing. Oh,
Deucey again. Not once has he gotten your name or the show without stuttering on it.
Yeah, because
he said Skip Bedell from To Catch a Contractor. He almost said Catch a Predator.
I'm like, all right, hey guys, how you doing? So I go through my thing, I get started, I'm doing my thing. So you gotta picture. I'm the kind of person that likes to get to places real early, get real set up early, chill out, gather myself, get my shit together. So by the time, especially when I'm doing live TV stuff, it's a little different than when we're recording like Catch a Contractor. We're recording it, so it's not like it's live. And so if we have to do something over, we can. You can't on this thing. So I always get myself kind of prepared, and by the time it's like action, I'm like ready to do my thing. I'm ready. I was not this time. I was like, I was frazzled, man. So, but I'm thinking in the back of my head, it's like, all right, show must go on. Doesn't matter, right? It's like you got to do your thing. So I did, but start out with my whole deal, and then Steve looks at me, and he had the look on his face, kind of like. All right, moving along, right? And I was trying to describe one of the things I was talking about with the one key drill driver set, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, great," and he's holding up the next thing I'm going to talk about.
He's holding up the thing that's at the end of the line.
Yeah. So that's like 2 items down the line,
Yeah.
right? So I'm looking at him, and he just like threw me off because like I have kind of a
He wanted you to talk about what he was interested in, as opposed to the stuff that you had that you planned on talking about.
Yeah. So also, what they don't understand, I don't think, is that when I do these segments, I plan them for weeks, and that involves me getting a list of all the products. I talk with the producers there on the show, all the showrunners and bookers and everybody. There's hundreds of emails. They get the list of things I'm going to talk about in the order that I'm going to talk about them, and it has to be in that order because if you notice on the lower portion of the screen, they put the graphics and the letters of each thing that I'm talking about. So as I go to the next thing, the letters come up of what it is, a description of it, a written description. Somebody is there on a keyboard plugging that stuff in, and they're following a list so they can be in time with me. So if I change that order, it throws the whole thing out of whack.
Right.
So I can't really do that, even if I wanted to, you know? So I'm trying to just stick to my order, and he's like, yeah, but what about this? So I just kind of ignored him.
Yeah, you totally ignored him.
Yeah, I blew him off, and I just kept going. So as I'm doing that, I'm like, oh, man, I'm like, this doesn't feel like they normally do, you know? Like I was kind of distracted. I wasn't having as much fun with it as I usually do, you know? But
yeah, I noticed that you were definitely off. You weren't yourself.
Well, think about what I just went through, man.
know.
You know, I mean,
I know, and I was wishing that you had like an earbud so I could like talk in your ear.
Yeah.
And I could keep you focused and tell you what to say so that you would be able to not have to worry about it.
well, yeah, I mean, you don't need to tell me what to say. It's just a question.
I could like to remind you, like, remember the magnet on the tape measure, you know, like the little things that.
Right. Yeah. So there were certain points that I like to get in, and those are, you know, really important points about the description of each product, and that's kind of like what the manufacturer wants you to say, and you know, how to represent their product the best. So if you leave a couple things out, it's like you don't really get the full picture. Anyway, a lot of times that doesn't happen to the letter because you know it's always kind of rushed. So get through the whole thing, and we get to the end, and I was a little bummed because I couldn't start the tractor inside the place. That
Right.
definitely wouldn't
And
have
when
gone
you were
over
rolling
well.
it down the hallway, they were like, does it have gas in it?
Yeah, and I said no.
Yeah.
Yo, no, I had just put gas in it. You saw me dumping gas into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard them ask you, and I was like, oh, I thought there
I
was
was like,
gas
no,
in it. Oh, okay.
no. Because I knew because they asked me if it had gas in it for a reason,
Yes.
and if I would have said yes, they would have said a Camp Kim in the building.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, no. Oh no. Why would I do that? No. Meanwhile, I just had the fucking thing running.
Yeah, outside.
So I'm hoping whoever I just said no to didn't hear that thing running, you know?
And whoever just saw it running didn't hear her ask the question.
Yeah, and by the way, when I fired it up for the first time, it's the first time this motor has ever been started. It's like a big cloud of smoke came out of it because all the oil was still in the engine from when they manufactured it and stuff. And I'm like, oh, God, somebody had to see that. But they let me roll it down the hallway. I'm rolling that a little narrow hallway, scraping the walls with a fucking lawnmower part of it. Right? We had to fold up the grass chute to get it down the hallway. And but anyway, it went over good. It was fun. It was cool. I always have a good time doing it no matter what. But I have to say, I think my luck kind of ran out today because I think this is the 8th or 9th one that I've done there on Fox, and I've always had perfect weather.
Yeah.
And they're always outside. So this is the only time I've ever had to do a segment like this. I've been on their show other times that were interviews, but they weren't like a demonstration segment like this. So,
and for the third time in a row, strangely enough, through it's complicated as to how it happened, but they failed to put skipbedell.com on the television screen.
Well, you know, that's really the big part of why I do this. So it's because this way, you know, people can find these items really quickly, and we go to a lot of effort. You know,
I spend a lot of time.
You
creating
do.
these web
You
pages.
program all that stuff on our website. So you're like this web programmer, designer extraordinaire lately. I don't even know how the hell you know how to do all this stuff. I'm just like fascinated that you do it. I go on the website every day and there's new things there. I'm like, oh, like the website fairy must have showed up. Like, how did this get here?
Yeah.
So you're constantly updating that thing. So when we do these segments, you spend a lot of time, and I mean hours,
Yes.
because I give you a list of all the products as well, again, in the order that I'm going to speak about it. And if you guys go on our website, you'll see it at skipbedell.com, that there you'll see the links to them. So as you're watching the show or even after, You can click on that link and you can purchase it immediately right there. Now, we had it set up with Amazon Prime for a lot of these things too, because we're only a couple days away from Father's Day.
Yeah.
So the whole idea of this segment was that they're great gifts, but last-minute gifts.
Yeah.
So if you can't figure out what to do for Dad this year and you really want to try to one-up yourself, right? Because I kind of do that all the time when I'm doing things for people. I'm always like, that's just the way I think. I'm wired like that. The same thing with these segments. Every time I want to do a little bit bigger and better, right? So I'm thinking, all right, if people really want to do, because some of these gifts were pretty high end. There were pretty big price tags on some of the stuff I had on there today. Yeah. But if you go onto the website, you'll notice there was also a bunch of other things that we put on there too that there wasn't time enough to speak about on the show today. But they were like lower cost items, like little grill accessories and things like that. So the whole idea was that people could see this show and
go on our website and have it within 2 days. Have it in time
see
for Father's Day.
skipfidel.com. But if you don't put skipfidel.com at the bottom of the screen, nobody knows where to go.
Right.
So I say it, but it's never the same.
Yeah.
When they don't show it, every time they show it, the website...
We get like thousands of hits.
the site blows up.
The last 3 times that they forgot to or did not include it, we got like 20 extra hits.
Yeah. All right, now let me put that into perspective for you, too, okay? After I do these segments, they always send me the numbers on the segment, and those are the ratings, basically. They can tell exactly...
Not the ratings, the views.
Well, the views. They know exactly how many people watch the live air, cable broadcast that we did, because it's through cable, so it's digital, so they can actually count it. And then also it goes right to their website, so they can see how many impressions or views they get on the website. So there's always millions of views for the live portion on TV, and then like another 4 to 6 million impressions on the website. Yeah. So it's a lot of people. So when you think of like we got 20 hits on the website, and there was like 6 million people that saw this thing, it's like, okay. But when they put skipfidel.com on the bottom of the screen, we get thousands, right? So I'm like, all right, guys, I know I said it, but, you kind of...
And, because they failed to do it the last 2 times, you said, the next time I'm on, I'm going to say skipfidel.com at least 5 times.
But I couldn't because they rushed me so much. They were like...
You forgot.
Yeah, no, I didn't. But are you kidding me? Look, when Steve Ducey looked at it, he goes, 30 seconds to go, 30 seconds. And I'm like...
You forgot.
All of a sudden, I was like kicked into like high-speed gear. I still had 3 things to talk about. I'm thinking that's 10 seconds per item. How am I going to do this, right? But I did. I did it.
Yeah.
I pulled it off, and I still managed to mention skipfidel.com.
I think I'm going to have to do the next one.
Please, do it.
I need to show you how it's done.
Do it. You could do a vibrator segment.
All right.
You could do a power tool segment. Yeah, your power tools.
Very nice. Very nice. So afterwards, we had Milo with us too. Again, he was perfectly behaved.
That dog is getting a lot of travel time. We were just saying that right now. We're going to, as you guys know, we went to Milwaukee last week to do their big tool demo thing for a couple of days. We're going to DeWalt this week coming up for a few days in Baltimore, which is going to be great too. So Milo, we've had him only a few weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. He's already going to have 4 flights under his belt.
Yep, and we're going on a yacht.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the dinners I think they're doing at the DeWalt thing is on some kind of big yacht or something.
So he's going to be on a yacht.
So that should be interesting. He's a very well-traveled pooch.
Yes, and he's a very good
already,
boy.
right?
Yeah, he's been very, very fucking good.
I'm amazed at how well-behaved he is.
Yes.
I mean, you stuff him in that little pocketbook bag. Like, you don't ever even know he's in there.
Yeah.
Now, Kilo did that, but he was like a veteran. That dog literally had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of travel miles under his belt.
Yeah.
Under his doggy belt.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Under his doggy belt.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to change the subject if that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me a break. Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. So I was searching this week. What was I looking for? Oh, I wanted to see if anybody posted any of the pictures from the Milwaukee trip. So I was looking up the hashtag. It was a NPS 16, New Product Symposium 16.
Right.
And I didn't see anything. So then I started Googling your name with Milwaukee, see if I could find anything. And then I don't know why I did it. But then I Googled my name, thinking maybe that lady who said she took a picture of me posted that. So I look up my name. Now, when you go to Google, you put in the search bar what you're looking for. And at the bottom of the page, there's other like related searches. Like you might be interested in these searches based upon the search that you did.
Right.
So I searched for my name and Milwaukee. And at the bottom of the page, there's other things like Allison Bedell, age, Allison Bedell, investigator, Allison Bedell, feet.
What?
Feet. Yeah. So I'm like, Allison Bedell, feet. What the fuck?
What the hell kind of body part do they have under my profile?
So I click on Allison
You
Bedell.
all know what kind of had.
I'm ignoring you. So then I click on the Allison Bedell feet, and there is all the listings of things that relate to Allison Bedell feet. So
Is there actually a picture of your feet?
there is a website called wikifeet.com. Wikifeet. WIKIFEET.com. The Collaborative Celebrity Feet website.
Are you kidding me?
There is all of the pictures that are online that include my feet.
Oh my God.
There's pictures of my feet. Now look at this one right here. This is a picture that I don't even remember posting online. It must be on Instagram when we do our coffee in the hot tub in the morning.
Are you kidding me?
And-
Let me see that.
And it's a picture of Skip in the hot tub. And I took the picture, so I was holding my coffee mug in my left hand. I had the camera in my right, and I had my foot up, like in the air in front of me, like in the water towards Skip.
That's crazy.
It's a picture of my bare foot, my feet, and my coffee mug, and Skip at the other side of the tub holding his coffee mug. So there is that picture there.
Wow.
And there's the pictures from
Is this
our...
like a foot fetish site or something? Or
Something like that. Yeah. So
Wow.
there's pictures of my feet. But like the fact that somebody actually took,
what the fuck is wrong with people?
like me, whoa, who noticed my fucking feet to put them on this website?
Good thing they got your good foot.
Look,
You didn't get your funky foot.
I know. You know why? I've always had like the best feet. Even
You have really pretty feet. You do. Yeah.
Oh,
You do.
You're so sweet.
Except for that one toe that got fucked up.
No, I.
What happened? It just got busted. I think you like banged your.
No,
it never
no.
recovered.
What happened? I think I'm going to blame that one on. Remember when you got me that the pedicure at the spa place?
Yeah.
And I never really get pedicures. I think it was from that.
You got a back rub and a pedicure.
I got a fungus on my.
Did you get a front rub too, or is it just a back rub?
No, I don't even remember. I just remember the pedicure, actually. And so they.
It's a happy ending. You got a funky ending.
I got a funky ending on my big toe. My left big toe ended up getting like toe fungus, like where it starts to
Like your nail
separate.
Changes, your nail changes color.
Yeah,
right?
it's the beginning of it is that it starts to separate from the nail bed, and I noticed like what the fuck, like my nail isn't entirely connected to my toe, like where it's supposed to be. And it like starts to as it I didn't know what it was, but as it gets worse, then it like moves further back and like it's lifting off of your toenail bed, and the toenail starts to thicken. It can turn a color. So I started like cutting it away so it would get air, and I had actually at some point I had gotten a prescription nail polish that you put on the fucked up nail. I had actually asked the doctor at that walk-in clinic place. They have this prescription that you could take, like oral medication, but I don't want to do that because it's like all these possible side effects, just my fucking toenail.
Right.
So
right.
instead, I got this nail polish that
Yeah,
has
you like
antifungal.
crap your liver out.
Yeah. Like for my fucking toenail,
Yeah.
So I ended up I bought 3 different antifungals in the store over the counter, and I got a prescription that you polish on. Every single night you put on a coat of this nail polish. I was doing this for a while. My nail grew back in, even though it wasn't fully healed, but I was able to put nail polish on it at least because it was out enough where I could, because we were in to do the pilot. This was like that long ago.
Wow.
So we're in California. I polished my nails because we went out the night before when we met Adam.
Right.
And so I polished my nails. And like when you put nail polish on your toes and you're like, it lasts a really fucking long time. It's not like your fingers where you're doing shit with your hands and it chips off and peels. So I had the nail polish on my toenail, didn't realize that because I had covered it up, I didn't see that the problem started to get worse again because I stopped paying attention to it. So then it got worse again, and my toenail started to again get further back off my nail bed.
It's like crazy. It's like
So I started.
It actually got a lot better.
I filed it away so I can expose it and it can get air. Now this, think about how fucking long it takes for your toenail to grow in.
It takes like
6 months.
It takes a long time.
Or more, yeah. So
thank God it got better, and it seemed as if on all these pictures they got the good foot.
Well, because I don't show my bad foot, but what I started to do, because nothing was really working, and if you look online and research this fucking toenail fungus bullshit, it is really, really difficult to get rid of. So I said, fuck all these products. Let me try tea tree oil because, I've only heard good things about that.
Right.
I have been very diligently applying it day and night, and it is actually working better than any fucking prescription. And it's really getting better. It's not getting worse, and it's starting to fill in more, and it's getting better.
Tea tree oil is amazing. It's got
it's antifungal and all that kind of shit.
You can use it for a lot of different things, and it's really good for you.
So I'm just finding it really fucking funny that if these feet people knew that I have a busted toe, they'd be like trying to get a picture of that
After
shit.
this podcast, you should go back on in a couple of days and see if that whole site is taken down.
Can I tell you, though? Listen to this shit.
No more Allison Bedell's feet site.
Look at this shit at the top of the screen, though. Over here, baby. It says Allison Bedell, and then there's a link to my IMDb page.
Is there a rating? Is there a
There is
star
a rating. There is a rating here. I've got 3.5 out of 5 stars, which rates as nice feet. And then to the right here, it shows you the actual rating stats. I've got 8 total votes, 2 for beautiful, 2 for nice, 2 for okay, 1 for bad, and 1 for ugly.
That's really funny.
Somebody rated my feet bad and ugly.
What the hell?
What the fuck is that?
What is wrong with people?
Feet. I got cool feet. First of all,
nice feet,
I do. My toes are a nice shape. They don't look like they're running away from each other.
They're not all scraggly in different directions.
Yeah, they're not fucked up lengths.
You have really, really nice. You could be like a foot model with the exception of that one crazy toe.
Toenail.
Yeah. So just
my feet are soft. I don't have fucked up calloused bottoms and everything. My feet. I have nice toes. They're not stubby and short looking, and they're not too long like hands. Like
monkey feet.
Yeah. Although I can hold hands with my feet if I wedge my fingers in between each toe. But they're nice feet, and who the fuck rated me ugly feet? I can't even believe...
The same person said you look like a dude.
Yes. Yes.
There's some comments online that said
No, it was when the first time we were on Corolla, the Adam Carolla show, and then the picture that they posted on Instagram. It was a terrible picture. The lighting in that fucking studio blows.
Oh, that was a bad. Yeah,
that was a really bad picture.
I remember, that was one of the worst pictures I've ever taken.
And I didn't know that they were going to take our picture that day because it was our first time on his show. Yeah. So I went in there with a fucking ponytail.
I looked like a dude out of a scary movie. When you take a flashlight and you put it under your chin,
yes,
or in the dark.
Yes,
That's what I looked like. All my features were sucked in.
Yes.
I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Wasn't there some...
We didn't know that they were going to do that.
Wasn't there some show, it was some sitcom or something where the guy had, a girlfriend, and, was it Seinfeld? And, there was times where she looked really good.
Yeah.
Was it Jerry?
Yeah.
Jerry, right? And other times she was, scary looking.
Yeah, and you got the one with the big hands, the man hands.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
So,
hands.
Whoever rated my feet ugly and bad, fuck you. Well, let's see your feet, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Feet obsessed fucking pig. Fucking
That's
crazy
funny.
Fuckers. So, actually, now that I mentioned it, y'all can go on to Wiki Feet and find my feet and rate me beautiful. Beautiful feet, motherfuckers. Jesus Christ.
That's really funny. They actually have a site for that.
Yeah, and somebody else, actually, at the bottom of this page, there's a new comment section. And somebody who, it's a picture, looks like a dyke, right? This looks like a dyke? Right?
She's wearing carpenter pants, and
I don't know.
I think so.
It kind of looks like a dyke, but and this person's member since November 2013. This person's username.
She's a member of the Foot site.
This person's username is Abercrombie and Feet, and she on August 15th, 2015. She had commented on that hot tub picture and wrote #HotTubFeets.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the comment
So
that
you
left.
have a foot fan.
I've got a foot fan.
Wow.
Who knew?
There you go.
Damn. Now there's got to
You're
be.
moving up. I don't think I have that.
I didn't see anything. But I wonder if there's like a Wiki Big Ass site. I'll be on that one too.
You'd be rocking that one.
Yeah, Wiki Big Ass. I
You'd
got
be right
a
up
lot
there
of.
with-
I'll submit my own pictures.
Yeah, man. You'd be right up there. You'd knock Kim K off the fucking pile.
I don't know about that. She got implants, but I don't know.
Yeah, her ass has its own zip code.
Yeah.
I think it's huge.
Yeah. Do you remember when you we were doing that audition tape for the for Marry Me in NYC, and we had to tape ourselves, record, and we were doing. After we were done doing our interview, and then I didn't turn off the camera right away, and we were hugging, and you were telling me how much you love me, and then you were saying that you love me so much, like more than anything or anybody, and like you said, I got my own zip code.
Yep, you do.
Oh,
Yep. You got the special delivery zip code.
I received a package today.
Oh, you did? Yes, you did. That's right.
In the car.
Special. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, my God.
In the teeny tiny little Mustang.
Yeah. Is that the first time we did it in that car?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
We've had that car, what, a year almost?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Little Mustang
It's a small
convertible.
car.
We just got it. Last year we just bought that
We
car.
had it a
right?
year now.
Yeah.
Feels like
That's
it was
right.
yesterday.
Yeah, we've never done it in that
Yeah,
car.
we christened the car today.
Wow. There
Yep.
you go.
Yep.
It was one of those days on the way home. There was crazy traffic on the LIE.
Yeah.
And if you guys live in Long Island, you know what I'm talking about. And so we just decided to pull off. And
You decided.
yeah.
I didn't even know that he was doing it because I was trying to fall. So I was trying to nap. So I had my eyes closed.
Yeah, you were
rested.
trying to sleep, and I was
Yeah.
like molesting you. I was like the creepy dentist when you're like half asleep on laughing gas and like sticking their fingers
Yeah.
in you and shit. You know, they're like doing all sorts of weird stuff to you. And I was like, Next thing you know, I'm like, this looks like a good exit.
I'm like, where are we? Where are we? Like, oh, I'm trying to find the expressway.
Yeah.
You found it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I did.
Oh my god, that's too much.
I have my own HOV lane. Wow.
Hi,
There you
I can
go.
see
All
vagina.
right, exciting day.
Yes. And today I found another tick on me.
What the
And
hell is with that?
I don't know. I found it. It was in my hair, right above my ear, and I was telling Skip I had bleached my hair on Saturday, and when I do that, it sometimes like it burns my scalp because it's bleach, and I end up with like little tiny scabby dots like across my head, like from wherever it burned my scalp. So
That sounds awesome.
So that was on Saturday, and I washed my hair for the first time yesterday. I think I did a good 4 days with that hair, and so I thought it was one of those little scabbies. So I was going to I had my hand in my hair, and I was just playing around, and I felt a little thing, and I picked it off, and it was fucking tick.
What the hell is going on with ticks around
I don't know.
here? It's like now's the season, though, because it's getting really warm here. It's like still a little wet and everything. We live kind of like in a rural area, so like deer ticks are.
But we've lived here 5.5 years now.
Never had any occasions
We've never had ticks
at
like
all.
this.
And like in the last couple of weeks, we found like 3 of them, right?
Yeah, it's fucking bad. It's like they're in places now that we don't know. Oh, I found something in between my toes a couple days ago.
Wow, you're just a mess.
I showed it to you, but it fell off. I don't
You
know.
got like fungus and scabs, and am I really doing you?
Ticks. I know. I'm disgusting. Oh, and I
God.
burped tonight like a fucking truck driver so many times.
Oh my God!
Right? I'm
Yeah, what
gross.
happened to you?
I know. I'm picking stuff over my head.
Ah,
What's wrong with me?
you're sexy all the time. Baby. Either way.
You're nice.
You know what?
Thanks.
That's why we have dimmer switches in the house. You just turn the lights down low a little bit,
All right. Just don't feel my scalp is all.
Bob Marley had it right.
I know.
I love that song.
I know you do. You always sing that line when you've said that many
That's
times.
because it's the only line I know in the
I
whole
know.
song.
I know. Friday.
Yeah.
Please do tell the story as you told it to me about when you went to go pick up your prescription.
Oh, good God. All right. You guys all know what's going on, the whole culture that exists in Walmart. I think everybody kind of knows. It's kind of it's an odd scene in that place. You know what I mean? There's a lot of odd characters in Walmart. I don't care what Walmart you go into. You could be like in the richest neighborhood on the planet. It's something about Walmart itself. In fact, I think there's a couple of videos online. Isn't there something like on
the people of Walmart
on YouTube and stuff is really? But it's true though. When you watch that shit, it's like it's really like it's exactly like on point. So anyway, I'm in doing my thing and I'm walking around, and it was like hot the other day. You know, like it's first couple of days it's been really hot here, so everybody's got shorts on, and a lot of people that should not be wearing shorts are wearing shorts.
Let it all hang out.
Not good. There's a lot of like, and I'm not hating on heavy people at all. Don't take it the wrong way, but there's a lot of very, very heavy people in the Walmart this particular day. Many of which are riding around on the little motorized cart things. Some of which you get when you first walk into the store. Some of which they brought their own, and it's kind of like the Hell's Angels rolling around in this place, man. I mean, it's like. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? There was some guy actually directing traffic in one of the aisles. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this place, man? So I'm kind of just watching this whole circus unfold. And I get what I had to get. I did my business, and I'm walking out. And I'm noticing, like everybody in there is, like, kind of, like, sweaty and, but they keep the air conditioning in Walmart, like, it's cranked. It's like you could hang meat in that place. So...
That's why they're all there.
Yeah, it had occurred to me, but maybe that's it. That's it. Yeah, so they're just hanging out in the air conditioning.
Right.
And the funny part was they were all kind of walking around, that no one really had any
like
merchandise. No, like they weren't pushing any carts, like the people that were riding around on the carts, but there was nobody had any groceries. There was nothing in them, Like they were just kind of cruising around the store. So also it occurred to me, like, today's a day that, like, people, like, want to come hang out at Walmart because it's cool in here. So anyway... I'm almost at the door, and as I'm making my way to the door, I noticed I walked through a couple of areas where, like, that had been, kind of congested with people, and there was some serious funk going on. I mean, there was some BO floating, like bad in the store, right? And then I get to, like, a clear passing. There's nobody in my way, nothing, like, for the first time. You ever get out of a traffic jam, all of a sudden you pass the accident that's crashed on the side of the road, and there's not a car in front of you? You're like, yes! I can see the door clearly in my sight. I'm almost out of it, and then it happened. I walked through this cloud that it kind of baffled me because there was no one around. So I'm like, where did it come from? It was the cloud of, like, the worst odor. It was worse than the worst fart. It was even worse. It was because farts, you know what they are. When it's like body odor, it's like you don't really know what. It's kind of like a mystery, right? So I'm like, but the worst part of the whole thing was I walked into it and I had just taken like a big exhale, and I actually I mouth breathed, and like I sucked this whole like thing in my mouth, and then like I tasted it, and I'm like. I like started coughing in the store, and I'm looking around for the perpetrator, and there was nobody there. So I'm like, "What the fuck?"
You said to me,
"What was that?"
You said you exhaled as hard as you could.
I was like, I tried to like force it out of my lungs. I got lightheaded. I almost fell over. I got dizzy. Oh God! Like I just gotten up right now. I just almost fell off the fucking chair. Whew, man. That was crazy. And there was nobody there. So that was even worse because that told me that whoever left that there was so potent that it actually just stained the air. and in turn stained my tongue and my mouth.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, for about the next 10 minutes for the ride home, I was I couldn't wait to get home and brush my teeth and like brush my tongue and like douse myself in mouthwash.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It was terrible. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was my Walmart experience.
I had actually found something in the news kind of related to that, and which is kind of fucking funny. And it could have been this scenario. The first article that I had found was that charges reduced in a Washington school flatulence spray case. And I'm thinking, flatulence spray? Like, what did somebody shart? Like, what does that mean? Right? Like, somebody sharted and they got arrested?
I hate that when that happens.
Yeah. So apparently, two boys, 15 and 16, were charged with second-degree assault after they sprayed a product in a high school. The spray reportedly triggered breathing problems for another student who was taken to an emergency room for hyperventilation and anxiety. So I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about, though? Like, with this fucking, like, flatulent spray. So I started to do a little bit more research, and then I find this other article that talks about a Georgia man empties the bar after spraying liquid flatulence. And what this article says is that he was charged with disorderly conduct, public intoxication, underage consumption of an alcohol. But the patrons who were inside the whiskey bar told the Athens Banner-Herald how bad it stunk inside the bar.
Now, weren't we talking about a story recently with the place down in
No, that's different.
Keys?
Somebody farted and they got into
Sloppy
the
Joe,
the
biker bar, and they got into a
that was about a
there's
fart.
like a lot of
but this
fart
one,
fights going
But listen
on.
to what this guy. This guy has something that a website sells a 4-pack of liquid ass. It's called liquid ass.
Let me guess, they're selling in Walmart.
For $25.75 and a 6-pack for $37.25. And it boasts that the spray renders a room inhabitable. I know, they use the wrong word. It's uninhabitable for 30 minutes. Watching the facial grimaces of people and hearing their comments about the part your hair gagging stench will have you laughing until it hurts, the website brags. Yeah. So this guy sprayed that in a bar.
Or you just piss a bunch of people off. And then they want to beat you down.
So this article was about how he emptied out the bar by spraying this. This is the bottle right here, and it's liquid ass, and it says "fart prank" underneath that.
Liquid ass.
Yeah, could you imagine?
No.
Yeah, and it says here that it sent the powerful stench sent bar patrons scrambling for the exits. Could you imagine?
No.
That's a bad joke.
That's terrible.
I know. And you're thinking, where can I get it?
I don't need it.
You don't. You've got your own.
I've got my own.
Holy shit! Do you ever? Yeah. So
That's great.
Yeah, like that's the kind of shit. Like, who thinks of this kind of shit? Buying this kind of stuff? It's very fucked up.
Yeah. It's just funny that it's like inciting riots. You know, it's like clearing places out. People are getting beaten down.
Yeah. For farts.
Yeah.
How have you not gotten into a fight? Well, you've gotten into fights with me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You get pissed.
You know, speaking of which, with this kind of thing, now that we're on this topic, that fucking toilet paper that I told you about at work,
Yeah.
it's back.
Oh, really?
It's back. So I started talking to another coworker about it. Because if you listen to the earlier podcasts, I get into a story about this fucking toilet paper that it's like it leaves lint. You get lint on your junk because it's like pressed lint. So I was talking to the coworker about this toilet paper, and she's like, "Yeah, and I just noticed, and it's back." And the other coworker over there said, when she came out of the bathroom, she said to the other ladies, "It's like having a handful of confetti."
That somebody threw at you, and it just sticks to your junk.
And then my coworker
There's
said,
a party in your pussy. You know, like the confetti cannon? Poof!
Yes!
Or if you queef,
Yes! And then she says,
you can be like a walking confetti cannon.
can I tell you when we did
Think
it?
about how much money you could make at parties.
Do you remember, what was it, yesterday or the day before when we did it outside?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the chair?
Yeah.
Out there?
Yeah.
And when we were done, and you
Yeah.
were like, and I looked down and I moved something, and you were like, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's nothing.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh, really?
Yep, I had a party in my pussy. And then it got on you, and I
I
had to pick it off of you.
That's terrible.
It was on you.
That is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's-
the party. So then we had.
I'm so glad I didn't
then
notice
you had
that.
You had party penis. It spread. It's contagious.
I did.
Party pussy turns into party penis. Unbe-fucking-lievable.
Well, that's pretty much the way it usually goes, right? Only it's usually with some sort of other element.
Yeah. Oh, and then
I'll take the confetti.
and then she says, and can you imagine what it does to the guys with their hairy asses?
Oh. This is your coworker.
Fucking hysterical.
That's great,
I
man.
love that. Their hairy
Where's the
asses.
camera in the bathroom when you need it? Oh, God.
Ass cam.
That's fucking toilet cam.
Oh my God. So there was something that somebody on Twitter very kindly wrote to me, and I was very excited about it because you had what did I say that it was? You shit all over my segment where I was trying to talk about the toilet paper reviews.
Yeah.
And it was really funny, but you were like giving me like the enough already like sign like
I was pulling a Steve Ducey on you.
you were, and I didn't.
30 seconds left. 30 seconds.
That's what I say. Sometimes I have to like blindfold myself while we're recording because if I look at you, sometimes you're giving me like the all right, enough of that face, and like you throw me off, and then I don't I lose my train of thought. And meanwhile, lots of people were telling me that was fucking funny, and you cut it short. So somebody.
Well, why don't you just do a whole episode? You could just do a solo episode and just talk about,
No, I'm going to just do it now. So somebody sent me something that there is a product on Amazon that has a lot of funny reviews. And she said it's worth looking at just for the reviews. Okay, so first, before I even tell you what the product is, I'm going to see if you can guess based upon the ingredients. It's did you just fart?
No.
Oh. So it's an edible product, and the ingredients are corn syrup, sugar, gelatin, dextrose, citric acid, starch, artificial and natural flavors.
Already know.
What?
Edible panties.
No. Fractionated coconut oil, carnauba wax, beeswax coating, artificial colors. Any idea?
Some other edible article of clothing?
No, come on, be serious.
I don't know.
Corn syrup, sugar, gelatin, dextrose, gummy bears.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I would know the recipe for gummy bears.
No, I'm just saying it's I'm just like letting you know that's the
I'm going to
shit.
tell you the chemical compound
that's the
configuration of the
garbage.
fucking periodic table for
Right.
fucking gummy bears.
That's the garbage that people feed their
Okay.
fucking kids. Okay, so there's a lot of reviews for this thing. So far, 2,641. I've seen the face of God is the title. I didn't feel the need to plan my weekend around 5 small gummy bears, but if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It began with a noticeable change in the viscosity of my saliva. Within minutes of consumption, my mouth had filled with a thick, foamy slime. Though I was in a cool climate-controlled room, a salty sweat broke out, and I felt my heartbeat quicken as my body threw itself into fight or flight.
Ugh.
The animal noises broadcasting from my pelvis were an ominous warning of the violent acts that were to follow. I shouldered my way into the bathroom, clawing at my belt, moaning with pain. The smell came first. It started sweet, almost tangy. That was quickly overpowered by a cloying chemical perfume.
Oh.
The first volley of feces hit the water like soda cans and nickels. The resulting splash drenching my bottom in foul, brackish water, but this was quickly becoming the least of my worries.
Oh, God.
After another moment, the noises in my core hit a fever pitch, and I was struck rigid with pain. The sweat was now running into my eyes, but the room had turned ice cold and my hands began to spasm. I felt an insidious burning flooding my escape hatch. I gasped. Hot yellow poison began spraying from my rear.
What the fuck?
Hot yellow poison, changing in pitch and echo as the stream of diarrhea whipped around the toilet bowl, creating a nightmarish Doppler effect that can only be appreciated in hindsight.
Oh, my God.
My legs fell asleep sitting on the toilet. I couldn't have stood up if I wanted to. Wiping was a no-go. Toilet paper simply became a vile paper mache. My hands were quickly soiled. A full-blown shower was needed, and all of my towels had to be burned. So happy with my purchase. Would recommend to friends and definitely buying again.
Jesus. Wow.
There's more.
That was quite a description.
Yes,
This person
yes.
has quite an expanded vocabulary.
Yes. Oh my God. Some of these reviews are like a fucking book. It's hysterical. I think that people just they went buck wild once they saw that other people had reviewed this product as well.
So they're all talking about the same thing, and they all had similar problems.
Yes. There's like books.
So what
Somebody even wrote-
was the problem? Like, was there some contamination or something? Or like, what happened?
Well, there's like books of what happened. Books. Like literally books. People even are writing, the comments that they're writing is that they can't say, like they're laughing so hard from reading these fucking reviews. Hold on a second, I gotta find another one. I'm trying to find one that, oh my God, they're like, books. Holy shit. Oh my God. The day I ate these was the same day I divorced my wife, ran over my dog, and had explosive diarrhea. I'm not trying to blame it on the gummy bears. I'm simply saying that this is obviously Obama's fault. Oh, opens up a portal to hell in your ass.
Some demon fire came flying out.
If you are constipated, I highly advise you eat a handful of these suckers. All it takes is the digestion of a few bears to unleash hours and hours of miserable, ungodly, anus-burning streams of red-hot, liquefied diarrhea. May God be with you.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. You gotta see. Oh, my God. Don't eat the whole thing in one sitting. You'll poop forever.
What the hell kind of gummy bears are these? I've eaten gummy bears. What? Like, I need to know. What's the problem here?
Straight through, man. Straight through. What in the actual fuck just happened to my sphincter? My bathroom now looks like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Oh, God.
I ate half a bag of these. My bathroom now looks like a Jackson Pollock painting. Thanks, Haribo.
Haribo?
Oh, my God.
Is that who makes these?
Yeah, that's the brand of the gummy bears. To anyone who thinks these reviews might be fake, my friend and I bought this bag and received it today. I ate about 20, and sure enough, within 30 minutes, I was feeling the effects. These reviews are not a joke. Seriously. Oh, my God. There's like...
I need to go and get these just to see if it's true.
You're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. My doctor recently switched me from Miralax to these, and the results have been fantastic. And even without insurance, these babies are more cost-effective than a prescription. Just don't take more than a handful in one dose.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
All right, well...
That's unbelievable.
I guess don't eat the gummy bears.
If you guys find other amusing reviews on Amazon, I would totally appreciate you letting me know about it because I just fucking love these things. Oh, somebody wrote a poem. It's called Poopy Dupes. There's a fire starting in my fart, reaching for toilet paper, and I don't think it's just a fart.
What?
What? That's a terrible poem.
You just fart twice in the same sentence?
Yes, fart rhymes with fart.
Yeah, that's not a rhyme.
No.
You just repeated the same word.
No. Damn. And
that's not funny.
To have some really fun, to really have some fun, try adding a handful of these to a bowl of regular gummy bears. It's sort of intestinal roulette that is sure to add entertainment to any party.
Oh, God.
Wow. They gave me the runs, and I think the chicken pox, too. Wow. Better than X-Lax.
I need to know, there must be some sort of other, like, news article or scientific determination of how they were contaminated and why all these people were experiencing this.
I saw the gates of hell.
All right. Wow. Give me something of substance here. What was found? Like, did anybody investigate to find if there was some, like, E. coli or some shit in there? Like, what happened?
I don't know. This one is very recent. The Beyonce of enemas at 35,000 feet. I was on my way to Europe and my layover was in Atlanta. Prior to boarding my international flight, I bought a bag of these from a small store in the airport. Never in a million years did I think that my assigned seat for the duration of the 8-hour flight would be in the airplane's lavatory.
Oh. Can you imagine spending your whole flight in the bathroom?
Oh my God, that's fucking awesome. Wow.
All right, well, there you go. Wow. Do not eat gummy bears.
No, these gummy bears. These gummy bears. Okay, I was really nervous about ordering this because of all the reviews saying how this gummy bear was the sharts of Satan. But I ate a few and it's been 12 hours and I'm okay. Praise the good Lord. Wow.
Maybe it was just like a bad batch. Like, I
don't know.
They were in some warehouse that was like, infested with rats or some shit. It was like,
Fucking
awesome. That's what happens. Like in a lot of places, like rats get into like the vats of things, and there's like this fecal, you get like E. coli and shit.
Yeah.
It's very hard to contain that.
Yeah.
And then they all get mixed in with all the rest of them, and you get like a couple hundred bags of contaminated shit. Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me just see if I have anything I wanted to tell you about before I because I can tell where you're going. I can see your face. I can see your face.
Oh, you're going to see more than my face. Actually, you're not going to see my face. It's going to be in a place where you can't see it. You're just going to know it's there.
Oh, man. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you. Remember last week's story about the guy who took a shit on the scanner at the grocery store?
Yes.
Well, this one is up there. It ranks up there with that one. There was a guy... the article starts, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Even when you're in a police car. That's what the deputies in Lake County, Florida say happened when a suspect pooped and peed in a patrol car early Thursday morning. When this guy was pulled over for driving 75 miles in a 55-mile-an-hour zone, the 24-year-old allegedly said he was rushing to get home because he had to go number 2, according to the police report. The officer apparently thought the excuse was crappy, in part because he said he smelt unburnt marijuana in the vehicle. The guy was asked to step out of his car, but he allegedly refused numerous times. Police said that he managed to lock the car door and drive away from the scene. The officer followed in hot pursuit. When the guy got home, he attempted to get inside, but the officer was close behind. The officer fired a taser after the guy, after he allegedly reached into his waistband with his right hand. Despite being struck in the back with prongs, the guy refused to follow officer commands before being subdued. The guys searched his car for marijuana. They only found a small amount of shake. When en route to the jail, he allegedly pooped and urinated on himself in the patrol car. Fucking disgusting. Okay? Because, the officers have to clean their own cars.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the best part, look at this. There's a fucking picture. Look at the mugshot. I love it. The mugshot of the shitter.
He's got like a giant stain or bruise or something on his forehead.
Yeah.
That's probably where they punched him. Or maybe like he got some splashback. There's some big mark on his head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got fucked up. Yep.
They were like, oh, no, you didn't.
Yep.
You didn't just do that in my back seat.
Yep. You know what? Remember Joe told us that story about when he was stuck in traffic and he had eaten something with lactose in it?
Yeah.
And he sharted himself?
Yeah.
And he shit right in his own car, right in his own pants.
That's terrible.
That's really fucking awful.
There's never a good time for that to happen, ever. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be in the bathroom. It's not a good time for that
You know what?
to happen.
I would love some listener stories about that. I won't use your name. You can tell me your short stories. I appreciate a good short story.
Short story.
People, this is episode 100, and I am just fucking thrilled that you are listening this long. That is
Thanks
very
for coming
fucking
back.
cool. You know what you can do? As a congratulations to us, you can go on to our website, hammerandnailspodcast.com, and click on the Amazon banner, drag it up to your bookmark bar, and use it every time you shop at Amazon, because that helps us out a lot and doesn't cost you anything extra. Or you can even use the PayPal link on our website as well if you want to make a contribution towards the costs of this podcast. So, we don't have any advertising. We don't take any time away. We don't make you listen to some stupid crap.
Well,
you do listen to stupid crap. But
yeah, actually.
It's all stupid
wait a
crap.
second.
I take that back.
I take that back. It's all stupid crap.
It's all stupid crap. But we don't make you listen to anybody
It's
else's stupid crap.
100% stupid crap.
Sorry.
That's not true. We have a lot of substance in there too in some episodes.
Sometimes.
And we always talk about some. It's fun. I love doing this with you, and we got a lot of good stuff coming up actually this week when we get back from this Baltimore trip, which is going to be.
I just realized
awesome.
We're going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which means I don't know how we're going to do a Tip Tuesday episode.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
All right. Maybe
We'll figure it out.
we'll record it early.
Let me think about that.
He's got his finger on his face like he's doing a thinking face. Okay. Well, we've also recorded a lot of videos. I want to put some stuff online.
Oh,
you guys,
yeah.
take
You need
a minute.
to get to work on these videos, man. All I know is we keep recording. We have probably thousands of hours of like GoPro time lapse because we're running time lapse cameras all over whenever I'm working on this project, especially here in the house. So there's a lot of like me running around really fast.
Yeah. You're a fast worker.
It's like a whole day of work in 3 minutes.
There was like 3 minutes of a 4-minute video of you sitting on your phone.
Well, yeah.
Using your phone.
I'm a busy guy.
I'm eating ice cream right now.
Yeah.
Well, people, We really appreciate you guys listening.
Yeah, tell your friends about the Hammer and Nails podcast.
Yeah, tell a friend, because, people, you're writing to me saying how much you love the podcast, and that's really fucking awesome, but you need to tell a friend. That's going to help us.
Spread the love.
Spread the love, people. I do it for you.
Yeah, we'll be back real soon. Catch you again in a couple days, and enjoy the weekend. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.